Hi, Richard Eckley here again. I was asked a question by Simonus Berinus. I may have pronounced your name wrong, my friend, but I'm afraid that's the best I can do. And he asked the question was, why are our brains wired negatively all the time? And through doing research, I found that the answer to this is mainly through nurture and nature. It's the old thing used to be, which one is it? Well, it's a mixture of both, I believe. If you go to nature first of all, over thousands of years, the human species, we've basically just had to survive. That's all our basic instinct has been, to survive, provide food and shelter for ourselves and our family, make sure the next generation survive and pass on through. And that was basically all we wanted to do and all we needed to do. And life itself back then was very tough and hard, and survival and life was negative in just everything and every aspect. There was widespread superstitious beliefs back then, and just surviving was just such a hard process to do. If you fast forward now to this current day, we've got so much more affluence nowadays, especially in the Western world. Our brains, of the technology we've developed over the last, say, 200 years, with cars, technology, information, everything we have, survival is no longer a worry for us anymore, and we have sort of the choice of how we want to live our lives and what we want to do. But we still have the old wiring through our ancestors, and it's still in there in our subconscious. So our brains still resort back to it as a natural state for the negativity. And through the nature side of things, through the nurture side of things, sorry, was through our parents. All our beliefs are back through our parents' beliefs. Our parents have taught us, their parents taught them, their parents taught them, and that's basically where our main of our beliefs actually come from. And I was listening to a seminar the other day, and it was saying about this young girl was asked her mum, she was just doing a Sunday roast, and the mum cut the end off the joint and put it in the oven. And the daughter said, well, mum, why have you done that? She said, well, that's how we cook a Sunday joist. And the daughter said, well, why? And she said, oh, that's why my mum taught me. So she then, I'll ring Nan and I'll ask her. So she rings up her mum and said, oh, mum, I know we've always got the Sunday joint the same way. We always cut the end off and then put it in the oven. Why do we do that? And she said, well, that's just how my mum's always taught me. So, well, could you give Nan a ring? She said, oh, okay then. So I'll give great Nan a ring. So she rings her mum and then says, Nan, I know we've always cooked the Sunday joint the same. We always cut the end off and put it in the oven. Why do we do that? And she said, oh, it's all because I've got a small roasting tin and a full joint won't fit in. And then that's how we've done through our belief system. We've learned something which may not be any use really down the line, because that's what was happening back in those days, and the system's carried on through. And our brain can be wired the same way, with negativity still passed on back through. And the things we sort of learn and develop as we go through life, our brains will get what we sort of think about, and it does tend to reset to the negative side of things more than the positive side of things. Because as well as if you think how we bring our children up, children are so positive, enthusiastic about everything, and as they get older and older, unfortunately, how we sort of teach our children is to don't do this, don't do that, no, you shouldn't. It's for their own safety, but it's mainly on the negative side of things. We tend to say more to our children that you'll hear a lot more no's than yeses and do this. So that's how, again, our brains are wired negatively through when we're children as well, growing older. And a great book I was reading a while ago, it was called Personality Plus Profiles. Let me just double check my book here. Thank you. Positive Personality Profiles, that's what the actual book is called. And it's DISC. DISC. And it goes through different personality profiles and explains again how people are, how their personalities are. There are different sets. It's a very good book. It was a few years ago now since I read it, but what you'll see is you'll see the different personalities in there. You'll recognise your own personality in there, and you'll recognise your family and your friends' personalities in there as well. And it helps you to understand quite why people are the way they are, why we're all different, and why there are four basic personalities, which we then all sort of share a mixture of them, but we do have one main one, which is our main personality. And again, that can be a setting to our main mindset of quite why we're so positive or negative in our outlook on life. I hope this helps, Simon, and if you've got good information from this, you can contact me at rickeckley67@yahoo.co.uk. You can private message me, you can drop a comment below, or you can always check out my YouTube channel, which is Rick Eckley. All the best.